Hello, I'm David Otey, and this is the fifth in a series of 9 short videos on the theme of 9 clues for avoiding the most common mistakes I see technical presenters make. The 9 letters in the phrase 9 clues form our roadmap, and we have arrived at the midpoint, the letter C, which stands for confusing the visual aid with the presentation. A very common mistake. It's so common, in fact, because it is promulgated for us all the time by meeting planners who will say things to their speakers like, when your presentation is ready, upload it to this website so we can review it and your audience members can download it. Well, when I'm told that, my response is, I will be happy to upload my visual aids, along with a disclaimer to the effect that this is my visual aid, not a standalone presentation. If you want to witness my presentation, you'll have to attend it live. So in practical terms, what does it mean to say that the visual aid is not the presentation? Well, first of all, it means you're not there simply to narrate your slides. You are there to make a connection with your audience. That's why, if you haven't already done so, you need to make sure you watch video number 2 in this series, which is all about putting your audience's needs first, so that you can begin to connect with that audience. Second, it means that we need to define what a presentation is if it's not the visual aid. Well, here's my definition of a presentation. Your presentation is everything the audience perceives you to do, to say, or to show them from the time you have their attention until the time you relinquish it. Which means, if you're introduced and you go to the stage or to the front of the room, and the first thing we see you do is fumble around with your technology, be it your slide projector or your microphone, that's part of the presentation. That's part of what is forming our impression of you. And you only have a few seconds to get the audience on your side, so why on earth would you want to waste it fumbling with a projector or a microphone? Or worse yet, and I see this happen all the time, standing in the dark at a poorly illuminated lectern while the brightest object in the room is your screen. So turn up the lights. Check the microphone ahead of time. Have your projector turned on, and if you don't want it showing anything before you come to the stage, simply put a black slide ahead of your title slide. Then when you're ready to go, just change the slide and you're off and running. This is how you can form a favorable impression from the moment you take the stage or reach the front of the room. But the most important thing, I think, about understanding that you are the presentation is to understand that you must be prepared. And that means being prepared to give your presentation without any of your visuals, because sooner or later, your technology will fail you. And besides that, there are a few things more distracting than watching a speaker who simply has to keep turning to his or her slides to know what to say next. Because that speaker does not realize he or she is the presentation and must be there to connect with the audience. So that's mistake number 5, confusing the visual aid with the presentation. Don't make that mistake anymore. Be prepared and embrace the fact that you are the presentation, not your slides. To see more of the videos in this series, you'll want to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And to find out more about me, go to my website, davidotey.com.